Respected Reverend Father John Mannarathara, Professor Jayendran, Professor Jaiprakash Raghaviah, our convener for Calicut chapter, INTACHers and friends and my relatives and friends. I'm going to talk to you in English only because Malayalam could be a bit boring for you. Okay, my conversation is completely different from what these people have been telling till now. I'll tell about myself so that you will know what really made me write this book. Okay, travel is already in my blood. I've been traveling for ages and ages and ages. The first one was while in the college, during the first degree course, during the vacation. My father and my friends, he is just left now, Rahim's father, decided to send us packing to Bombay. I was dealing in spices and country drugs, and he was dealing in garments, ready-made garments. So both of us went there. The problem was simple. No food was a problem. Stay was free. Transport was free. Only thing is we should go there to the market every morning till about 12 o'clock, see the market, get the report home. That's all. So 2 weeks we were there. First week I was living with Rahim's garment factory owners' shops and houses. Second week we were living in the Tamil quarters of Bombay. So it was nice meeting then. I didn't know Rahim at all at that time. We were classmates from that year, that is 63, 64. Till now he is my friend. That could show what makes a friend and how it is made. Okay, now 68, 69, 70, 72. 72, again four classmates together formed a group and we started manufacturing tricycles, baby tricycles. Here also it was very interesting. We are not engineering students, but we were interested in engineering. So one of them took part in the distribution, one for marketing, one for production. I was in charge of production. So these things also happened. It went for about 14 years. And then there was a problem with the laborers. So best thing was to sell it to the laborers. So we sold it to the laborers in 1984. 1 year was in between. We got some money. Others left the company and did something else. Whereas I took this money and I want to start tourism as a passion. Now 85, things happened in a different way. 72 to 85 was this time. But then around 1974, I had the itch of traveling. I called another friend of mine, Mr. Jaiprakash, and one Narayanan, who was just sitting till now here. We three of us decided to go for a all India tour for 40 days, 60 days tour it was. So we took the circular tour ticket. The whole thing was done by me, administration, ticket collection, everything was done by me. So we asked for 3 tickets. So the ticket has to come from Chennai. So we got the tickets. Everything was ready. Then we got the bomb saying that Jaiprakash, who was also at that time in the bank could not give him leave. The next alternative was, anyhow we have planned, let us go. So 2 of us, Narayan and myself, we started going from here. I never knew who Narayan was at all. But within 40 days' time, both of us knew each other well and he is a friend till now. What I come to say is that when you have a friend who is traveling with you are traveling with somebody, he will become your friend. That will be for the lifetime. So both, a very good example. Even JP is still now with me. He has been traveling with me for ages. So we are also becoming friends like that. So whatever we have the connections, we find that the friendship is through travel. So travel makes you a lot of things to do. You change your mind, your senses change, you have compatibility, you give and take, all those things are happening. Okay, so 85, I left the factory. 85, 3 things happened together, very interesting. 85, I took a group of people, about 35 people from here to Goa, on my first trip to Goa in a bus. In the same year, we started the Calicut Boat Club, in which I was the founder secretary. Same time, 1984, the INTACH was started in Delhi. So 85, we started the Calicut branch. So from 85 onwards till now, I am part of INTACH. That makes me probably the oldest member here, other than the General Gupta ji. Now 74, 75, 74 was the time of my All India tour. Then in 1995, Taj Calicut called me to guide some foreign tourists, which I did with great pleasure. At the same time, we also had a regional deputy director for tourism, Mr. Raghudasan. So he was in charge of tourism, and I was also in INTACH. So if you want to have a Grahasthali project is a project where an old house can be converted into a homestay, provided it is more than 70 years old. Only thing is, it should be certified by 4 people. One is a planning commission member, one PWD engineer, one the tourism department, the other one an NGO who knows something about architecture and architecture. So in that case, I was put inside this particular thing. So I went along with him. I think it was somewhere in Malappuram district. We had a long drive. We came back. He was very satisfied. Said, you know to speak very good English? I said, yes, no problem. Then after 2 months, he called me and said, there's a guest from France. Would you like to take him for Kerala tour? I said, why not? I can go. So what are your credentials? That you can tell me after I come back from the tour. So this chap, I went and met him in Bolgati Palace in Cochin. He was ready there. He was with that small trousers. He's a Frenchman, short. And his idea was to put up a kite about 200 meters high. He'll tie the camera onto that, and then another 200 meters. So the 400 meters, the kite will be flying. From the bottom, with remote control, he'll be able to take a number of photographs from there, from the top. So the first one was to try to take the Chinavala, the Chinese nets. So we went over there, and most of them were covered. And then he took me for 14 days, which means from Kovalam till Kasaragod. We had traveled, and into Periyar, into the Tekadi thing, into plantations, Munnar plantations, Kerala, Wayanad plantations, all those things. He said, you are not a guide. Yeah, beyond that. I said, what? No, you know almost everything about anything. Whatever question I ask, you always say a correct answer. I've been checking you for a long time. I said, okay, so what? No, you should be a minister of tourism. I said, tourism minister should know nothing about tourism. He'll be the minister. Usually that's the procedure here. Now, whatever it is, the book was published by Roji Books, Delhi, and then it came out, and then he called me to Bangalore. It's inaugurated, just like this, the launching was from there. He gave a book to me and presented me in front of the audience. Then he said, this is a rare chap, you will never find him. There are 64 photographs in this. Out of that, 16 are from Kerala, which means 25% of the photographs. The whole thing is an all India thing. But you'll be surprised, 16 photographs of Kerala has already come in there. Because I showed him the things which probably nobody would have shown. I said, there's a martial art going on here. If you want, you can have that. But you have to spend some money. No, don't worry about the money. I'll pay the money. So we took them to the beach. Each and every step was covered not by them. It was covered by under the shade of the sun. So everything was focused on to this thing, this particular thing. Very interesting photographer. Then he took all those things. So anyhow, he said, it's a good thing you have done. And then by the time I got connections with Delhi, I don't know how it went through. From Delhi, there was a call from the Chinese ministry asking me to join a team of 6 members, 2 directors, 3 photographers, one engineer, to shoot about the arrival of Shengho. Shengho, he was telling about the Shengho thing. I never knew the story of anything about Shengho. But once he started telling me little bit, I started getting the things. He said, you'd like to go to the place where he landed, where Vasco da Gama landed much later, as Pandalaini Kollam. I took him there. No, I don't want to be here. I want to see the thing from the sea. Get me a boat. Say it's be costly. Don't worry about the money. I'll give you the money. So we got a local boat from there. Went 6 times up and down. Then I asked him, the director, so what is the big idea? You have been shooting the same thing. You are from China. I'm afraid now. Tell me what is the real thing. No. One fellow with the lungi has gone inside that small hut. I want that fellow to come out. I'm waiting for that. At last he came. That also was shot. Then I took him to how the pepper was planted, how the pepper starts coming. A friend of mine had an estate in Vaitri. We went over there. While returning, I said, I'm also a part of that. I'm also acting in that particular thing. How you get white pepper. White pepper is a right thing. You just press the red one, it becomes white. That's all, simple. But others think white pepper is grown somewhere else, not. Then while returning, he said, sir, could you give me a copy of your CD? Then he sought for us while. No, after 6 months I'll give you. 6 months we'll show it throughout China. Only then I can send it to you. But before going there, he told the general manager of Taj, don't give this chap to anybody else. Don't give this chap to anybody else. He'll see, he has so many stories to tell. Don't give him. Next time I'll come, I'll take him again. That's how it happened. Then when the CD came, just 8 hours CD, 4 plus 4, 8 hours CD. If you sit, you will sit through the whole thing, in which I am also acting. And that story is very interesting. People coming from Canton, coming here and then going to Arabia, coming back with Persian blue dye and gum Arabic. All those things. Huge story. That's what Prakash was telling me. This is how I make the story because I have something in my mind. Okay. So I was happy that people from outside also started coming in. Then there was another chap, a group of people from Japan. They wanted to show the trains of India. So the one thing they caught was the Netravati train, which starts from Bombay. It goes up to Trivandrum. So I was booked up to, from Kannur I was picked up. I went to Kannur, from there they have booked a whole huge bogie, 6-7 seats together, with a huge camera, everything was there. So we went to, came to Calicut. Calicut, some place I showed. Then we went to Thrissur, from Thrissur to Alleppey. Alleppey as well, the director was sitting there making notes. Then suddenly we stopped at Alleppey and said, let's get out. Because everywhere we had arranged tempo travelers. So as soon as we got down, we could find the tempo. So the director was asking, where is this lotus garden? The driver knew, because there's a local driver. It's about 3 kilometers, let's go there. I didn't know what was behind them. But then when we went there was a huge lotus garden and the track through which we had gone. He told the photographers to put the camera on the other side and focus only on the lotus. So as the train went, the train was upside down going through the lake. Through the techniques of taking photographs by so many people in different ways, it just enthralled me. It was more and more learning. Every time it was only learning, part of the learning system. In between, I don't know swimming, but I was in charge of Calicut Boat Club as a bosun. Right now I am in charge of the boats and things. But in between 2005, I had a friend in Mr. Karnagaran, Denki Karnagar, who was a close friend of the port officer. With his pressure, I was able to go to Minicoy and come back, which I think it was one of the best days in my life. It was about 7 days, 1.5 days trip. Off the way we got stuck because the boat ran on a stall, and then that was the end of it. Then the main man, that is Tyndall, he said, no, it's because of you. I said, what did they do? We had taken 6 bottles of empty bottles, half filled with sand, with a note inside saying that if you happen to find this bottle, let us know. So we are given the email ID, phone number, everything. This was dropped on the 8-degree channel, which goes between Minicoy and India. 8-degree channel is the main channel through which all the ships have to pass through to reach Suez Canal. Till now, I think this is in 2005, so many years have passed, not a single bottle has been retrieved. I don't know what has happened, but maybe things are different. Now 2005 to 2007, then it was the 2019, I became the convener for this particular chapter in Calicut. At the same time, 2009-2010, I was adjudged as the best tour guide for Kerala. So those things both came together. I was really happy. For 6 years, I continued as the convener of INTACH, in which time we were able to get about 20 schools in Calicut and 20 schools in Malappuram as for awareness. All of the classes will be from 7th to 9th classes, and in all these classes we are able to give guidance to awareness about INTACH and what INTACH stands for, and the support and preservation and this thing of INTACH heritage buildings. Yeah, I think this should be enough for you. You are satisfied? So, but then, the book comes because of so many experiences and a lot of, it's just easy for me to write because it's all there. In between, 3 times the computer conked and still I was able to do so many things with that. I would like to thank a lot of people, mainly Jaiprakash, his wife, Maliha Raghaviah, your Mr. Narayan Kuti, his son and daughter, they are here. Mr. Rahim, who has been very helpful, and so was Narayan Kuti. Narayan Kuti, who died about 2 years ago, was actually a compodium of Calicut city. Anybody you tell the name, he will say he's so and so, so and so, so and so. He lives in this house. Earlier was living here. Such a person he was. He knew almost everything. And he studied almost in about 6 or 7 schools he studied. He was very poor in studies. But he knew everything about Calicut. Any school he say, oh, that father I know him. This headmaster, that also I know. Everybody he knows. His son is a lawyer now. He's got married. I think they have come down here. I'm happy that they are here. And I would like to thank the Mathrubhumi, especially the Siddharth and company. And then my wife Lalita, my daughters Chitralega, Tingani, her husbands Ranjit and Surali, and the small one, the girl who sang the song, the prayer song, Navela, and his little sibling Lavitra, who's running around here, and Ishan Tavish. They're the lineage of my who are now living with me. Most of my families are in Tamil Nadu. So once in a way, or almost every year, we have to reach that place. Most of my income goes by traveling up and down. That's the main thing. For any marriage, for any Kazhukanolickal, for any wedding, anything, we have to go there and come back. But then we are happy. And now the book is with you. It's no more with me. It's up to you to judge whether the book is worth reading or not. Thank you.